I'm doing a short series on the tenets of fascism so you can put a name to things that are happening in the US today. I'm getting most of my information from this book, How Fascism Works: The Politics of Us and Them by Jason Stanley. I highly recommend it if you have any interest in learning more. The second tenet is propaganda. The fascist committing corrupt acts while publicly accusing others of doing the same is a known fascist tactic. Fascists justify their corruption by claiming that real corruption is corruption of purity, not of law, because fascism wants to break down the rule of law. Fascist corruption of purity is when a woman has a job that a man should have, when a trans person benefits from government-funded healthcare, or when judges rule against the fascist in legal cases. This means that propagandist messaging justifies the corrupt actions of the fascist by claiming it's good for society, while simultaneously claiming that political opponents are committing corrupt actions that break down society. Trump originally campaigned on "Drain the Swamp" in 2016, which was a catchy slogan for rooting out political corruption. Trump's meme coin dinner is just one example of many of Trump's ongoing corruption. Another claim that fascists make is they protect your freedom and individual liberty, but in reality, those liberties come at the cost of oppressing others. A recent example of this is the Trump regime claiming they are protecting Americans' safety by detaining and deporting student visa holders and other legal residents for exercising their First Amendment rights, or simply being brown. This protection comes at the cost of suffering and oppression of others by shipping them off to a foreign prison that is known for inhumane treatment. To quote Stanley's book, "Fascism elevates the irrational over the rational and fanatical emotion over intellect." A reporter recently called out the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, by pointing out that Johnson openly and ardently accused the Biden family of corruption during Biden's presidency, while Johnson now supports Trump while he is openly profiting off of the presidency. Johnson's justification was that the Bidens were doing it behind closed doors and Trump has nothing to hide. Claiming that Trump's corrupt actions are acceptable because they're out in the open doesn't make them any less corrupt. It's an emotional justification because Trump is being honest about his corruption, so you can trust him. It's irrational to believe that Trump's actions are any less corrupt because he's doing it in front of our faces. But anytime he or his allies are challenged on it, it becomes an emotional justification instead of an intellectual or legal one.